Testing, 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 testing. Testing, 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 testing. All right, guys. Welcome to the first episode of the Mikeymanguy Cast. I'm going to call it the Mikeymanguy Cast for now, but we'll consider this episode 0. So, we're going to be going through some video game news, mostly from the past couple of days. I don't want to do the week or the month because way too much. So, this is for June 29th, 2023. So, let's get into it. So, Valve announced today that they will not be willing to publish games with AI content in them. I think mostly meaning like art assets and whatnot. So they're saying a big no. To me, this seems like a good thing. I know people are really loving AI right now, but when it comes to art, it's kind of complicated because a lot of those AI programs are pulling stuff from the internet. So you're stealing from the creator. That's all I can say. You're stealing from people's art. And I can't agree with that. Like I can't get behind that. But yeah, that's Valve's position. They stopped NFT games and now they're saying no AI artwork. Baldur's Gate 3 was announced to release early on PC to avoid launching around games like Starfield and the Cyberpunk DLC. It's now going to be August 3rd on PC. Still coming out September 6th on PS5, and I don't know if it's Xbox or not, but consoles are looking at September 6th, while the PC version is coming out early in August the 3rd. Probably a good move. It's been in early access for a while, and I mean, coming out of early access and going up against those games, wow. That's like you're trying to release a little indie movie and then, you know, you release the same week or month as Avengers Endgame. Like it's just not going to go well for you. So I think that's a smart move. Stray was announced to be coming out on Xbox August 10th, which is great. That was indie game that made a lot of noise. I don't think I've ever seen a lot of indie here lately. It seems like a lot of indie games every once in a while when they do the big awards show, you'll see one indie game thrown in for game of the year. You're like, oh, you're not going to win, but you were a good game. You tried. Stray is great, and Xbox fans, enjoy. So the FTC is still fighting Microsoft on their Activision Blizzard merger. There's definitely a case to be made, it seems, but they're not really doing a good job. The lawyers for the FTC are doing a poor job at making the argument. The judge is starting to seem irritated with the FTC's lawyers. So the main issues that I'm seeing with what I'm reading online from people who are sitting in on the case seems like a lot of the arguments they're making are they're using poor sources and they're lacking in substantive data. And it should be something that should be cut and dry, but it's like they don't know what they're arguing against. They can't seem to find out what exactly they want to regulate or give a clear reason as why the merger shouldn't happen. So they're fumbling the bag on that. Personally, I think it's going to go through. I'm not going to say whether it's good or bad because it doesn't really affect me, but I could see it if it keeps going the way it's going and their lawyers are dropping the bag like this. I almost guarantee the merger will happen. They won't be able to hold out that long, I don't think. I think it'll just go right through. Power Washer Simulator announced a new DLC. Looks like they'll be finding out who lives in a pineapple under the sea. The game's been doing great with DLC. You've had Final Fantasy. They're getting Warhammer. They had the Tomb Raider. Now they are getting a SpongeBob DLC. I don't know exactly what that entails. I know you'll be able to clean SpongeBob's house, but I don't know if there's anything else in there. But Power Washer Simulator keeps keeping up the brilliance. And they know what they got, and they know what to do. Who knew a game about power washing could be so good, so calming, and add all your favorite games into it? A trailer was showed for Avatar: The Last Airbender: Quest for Balance. Trailer was kind of short. It showed like a little bit of stuff, like people doing their bending and all that. The graphics are very much like Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Got that same kind of look to them. The gameplay, though, some of it it showed a little bit of it. It was giving me very much a Naruto Rise of the Ninja vibes, like from the 360, where you're running around in open towns and stuff like that. Like, it's kind of interesting. One thing I did notice though is the animation looked kind of stiff and bad. That, of course, could change because the game's not out, and that's not ultimately going to kill the game for some people. Some people just really want this Avatar game, and I hope it's good. Not much else to say till we see more. One thing I seen going viral because of some people hate this man is Colin Kaepernick is the face of a new game called Wild Card Football. That seems to be like NFL Street or like NFL Blitz if it had a baby with Mario Kart, because you got like the elements of Mario Kart, like your power-ups and the way you can interfere with people trying to score a touchdown or make plays. Looks like it's going to release on everything. I don't know if it's going to release on mobile, but in my mind, I was instantly like, this will be a great mobile game. I could see it really taking off on mobile. If you're wondering who's making it, it's Saber Interactive. They just made the latest Evil Dead game, and they had the announcement for John Carpenter's Toxic Commando. Till the game launches, we won't know, but it looks like it could be a fun little game for people that like sports games and want some just like goofy multiplayer. Final Fantasy 16 is selling like hotcakes. It already hit 3 million copies sold in 3 days. It won't catch Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, but for a Final Fantasy game, I think that's a strong start. I don't know how much it'll end up selling. Like, of course, when it goes on sale and when it hits other platforms, like when it comes to PC, it'll probably go crazy. But good for you, Square Enix. You're finally, you guys are doing it. People that's upset about the Avengers game might go away now, because you made a good one. I think it's called Annapurna Interactive. I think that's how you pronounce it. Hopefully, I didn't butcher it. But they're developing a new Blade Runner game, Blade Runner 2033 Labyrinth. The trailer didn't show much. It showed like a man walking around in some buildings and some environments. So it's third person. And then he's also sitting at like looks like an advanced viewfinder, and he's looking through events from the past. I don't know what kind of game it'll be. I don't know if it's going to be like a callback to the point and click days, but we'll find out. But great studio, and I'm excited. New Blade Runner is always good, right? So there's a game for Wii that's super rare, very expensive. They had a release on Switch that went under my radar. Didn't even know about it. I'm talking about Dokupon Kingdom. The Dokupon Kingdom Connect is coming to Steam. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a JRPG version of Mario Party. It's like a Mario Party type game where person with the most money wins, but you can sabotage and do all kinds of stuff to the world to hinder your opponents. There's a night and day cycle kind of thing. Lots of interesting things. If your friendships are fragile and Mario Party almost killed your friendships, maybe don't play this game, because this game is way worse. Way worse. I've seen so many gameplay videos of you can really, really screw someone over. Like, I don't recommend it unless you like high blood pressure and fighting your friends. CD Projekt has been talking a lot lately, ever since the announcement of DLC Phantom Liberty. It says in a direct quote that they know they can't change the past, so I believe they're trying to look forward now, They said they know they can't erase the past. They can't erase that launch that was abysmal. CD Projekt was highly revered. I mean, they gave all kinds of free DLC and support to the Witcher games, and they just seemed to be, when nobody else was getting it and caring about the fans of video games, they seemed to be the ones that really took care of their fan base. And when they went public with stock, all that stuff seemed to kind of fall away. They overpromised. What they showed for Cyberpunk seemed like the best game to ever be made. Like, it looked like something I could not believe, and it turns out because it was not real. I mean, I love CD Projekt, and I love seeing the turnaround of Cyberpunk and them restoring faith, but yeah, that was a doozy. But I'm glad they're kind of bouncing back from it. They're acknowledging that they need to fix their relationship with fans, and they're hoping, I think, that Phantom Liberty, because it's not just a DLC, from my understanding, it's overhauling the whole game. Like, they're saying it needs to run on an SSD, like hard drives are no longer supported. So there's probably going to be big graphical enhancements, I think, and maybe overall advancements to the systems. I'm not going to lie, I still have to finish Cyberpunk. I did not beat Cyberpunk. I got a good way of the ways through, but I re-downloaded on GOG, and I'm going to get back on that grind. I have a kid. I can barely stream now, so I'm trying to grind out this stuff so I can get to the hotness when it drops, because, man, the end of this year is stacked for gaming, like especially in August, September, October, and probably going to be November too. It's just going to be stacked. Game Pass is releasing 1 million games day one. It's It's gonna be insane. I seen some stuff. My buddy Jake was telling me at dinner some stuff about this. His friend worked for Niantic, and it seems like they're shutting some games down and they're letting some people go, which is crazy. But it seems like they're doing some big layoffs. I re-downloaded Pokemon Go recently. I haven't played for probably about 3 years. But the big update's supposed to be good, and I was just gonna check it out. But it's really disheartening to hear when stuff like this goes down and game devs just start doing mass layoffs. It's never cool. But kind of is what it is. So I think that's about it for news. Let me double check. But I'm thinking that's probably it on news. There's all kinds of news about the Xbox FTC stuff. Oh, actually, I skipped one. There was a story about The Last of Us 2 and Horizon Forbidden West. Their budgets got leaked from a terrible botched attempt at redacting files. So people were able to lightly manipulate the documents and whatever to be able to read the redacted parts. I don't know if you could downright see through the markings or if you had to like lighten it up on like a Photoshop or something, but they were able to see. And it seemed like both games cost, like each game cost more than 200 million to make. So a lot of this, I didn't read any more of the Sony documents, but it seems that the redactions did not work. Like they should have just handed them over. There's some stuff about industry news, like Xbox Phil Spencer deciding to make all ZeniMax games exclusive to Xbox in a 2021 meeting. Like this stuff is all coming out because the FTC trial. Yeah, so I don't see anything else. I think that's like I know they said Xbox tried to buy Sega and Sega declined. And then when they asked the vice president about possibly becoming affiliated with other companies, he said he doesn't see it happen right now. Personally, I'd like to see Sega stay their own thing. I don't want to see them bought out by anybody, but you know, Liza P demo. So Liza P released that demo. The availability extended indefinitely, so you can play it as much as you want. I think it was a time demo before. I don't. Looks like they announced something about Sims 5, and it's starting to look like it's going to go free to play. So that could be good or bad. It's probably going to be riddled with microtransactions, but you buy 80 DLCs when you buy a Sims game nowadays, anyways. They've always had big expansions you buy. Could be good, could be bad, but we'll see. PlayStation Plus games for July was announced. Looks like you can get Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, Alan Wake Remastered, and Endling Extinction is Forever. I'll definitely be picking up Alan Wake Remastered because that's a good game, and Alan Wake 2 is coming soon, so I haven't played it, but I wasn't a big fan of Callisto Protocol when it came out. I just wasn't having fun with the game. I don't really want to say the game is bad, but for me personally, it was a bad game. I didn't like it. Didn't like the melee combat, and the very early game relies on that heavily. And I'm just like, ugh. Like, but The DLC Final Transmission dropped, and players are not happy. I don't want to spoil anything, but apparently it does some stuff that just a lot of people see as taking a dump on the fans. Yeah, not a good look, I guess. I guess we'll see what happens with the developer in the future. I think they're called Striking Distance. They released a trailer for Remnant 2. Seems they fixed all the problems that the first game had. Still never played the first game. So I don't really know what I'm missing. That makes sense. Wolong Fallen Dynasty announced DLC. First DLC. I'm gonna go ahead and admit I've never played through Wolong. I started it and too many games were coming out at the time that I wanted to play, and I don't have a lot of time for gaming right now. My son's just too young and it takes up too much of my time. So when I pick a game, I kind of have to stick with it. If it's long, that's the game I'm playing. I have a Steam Deck that I game on a lot, so I'm playing Phoenix Wright Original Trilogy Remastered, the original trilogy on my Steam Deck. But most of the time, I'm doing PS remote play to my tablet, and I'm playing Final Fantasy 16. Like I'm trying to do what I can to play this game. But going to be available 6/29, which is today. So DLC 1 came out today. Take on the Demon Plague 3 Kingdoms and overcome the odds of daily combat. I'm not even going to pronounce it. Battle of Yunhuan? That's how I'm going to say it. Zhonghuan. If I butchered that, I'm so sorry. Just know I'm American and the reviews dropped for the AEW wrestling game, AEW Fight Forever. It's really mixed reviews. It seems to be getting like middling reviews, 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10. Sometimes it's like a 5 out of 10, 4.5 out of 10. Some people are just loving it. Like I think if you're a big wrestling fan, and that's what you're into, it seems to be decent. I think it's kind of like a callback to older wrestling games. So I think people that love the older wrestling games like SmackDown and all those games from back in the day, I think like arcade wrestling. But it seems that people that enjoy arcade wrestling games are having a blast with it. So if you pick that up, I hope you have fun with it. I'll probably never play it unless it goes like $5 on sale and I'm like, let me check it out. Skullgirls. Man, the drama around Skullgirls was huge. So I got bombarded by negative Steam reviews after devs altered artwork they felt was in poor taste. So they removed like a bunch of Nazi-like imagery, and they got rid of like some of the panty shots and stuff, and people went ballistic. I don't know where you stand on that, but the little changes I saw, I was like, I couldn't believe people flew off the handle about it, really, because it just didn't seem. I don't know. But anytime there's panty shots removed from a game, people go crazy, right? Look at Resident Evil 4. People are like, ugh. Like, it's especially bad when you know the girl character's supposed to be underage and they're still like, I need my panty shots. But yeah, just get a significant other and look at their panties. Like I don't know. I think it's Mordhau, but it was the game that's based. It's like a chivalry type game, if you get it. Medieval first person game. It's a lot of fun. They announced that the console launch is coming soon. So you can start pre-ordering June 28th, which is yesterday. So you can start pre-ordering now, and it'll be out on all respective platforms. And it launches July 12th. So if you love medieval first-person games, multiplayer games like Chivalry and stuff like that, check it out. I had a lot of fun with that game. Nintendo said they plan a smooth transition if you're going from Switch to their next console using player Nintendo accounts. If you know anything about Nintendo, it's always been rough to move your accounts from system to systems and keep track of the games you bought. It seems like if you had a 3DS and you ever had a corrupted SD card or lost your account, you know what I'm talking about. Like I remember, I can't remember what console it was. It might have been Wii U, where you had to pay $1 to re-download your games on other consoles. Looking through to see if there's anything else big. Oh, there's a leaker. This is a good one right here. Let me double check, make sure there's nothing going on in chat. So a leaker claimed that Genshin Impact Studio is building an Animal Crossing-like game. This just seems like genius. Like, I'm surprised Nintendo hasn't done this because it could make so much money. If they made a Animal Crossing on mobile with gacha mechanics, oh my god. Did I just come up with something? Nintendo, call me. Don't use my idea, please. Compensate me. Or they'll just go ahead and make it and then DMCA my little no-name podcast. Trying to see if there's any information. They're referring to it as Hoyo World. So they get a confirmed title. Stuff they were posting seemed to have gotten taken down pretty quick. They got DMCA'd. So whenever something like that gets DMCA'd, it could be relevant information. Like it could mean something, and it could also mean nothing. Trying to see if there's anything else about it. Like people are saying it's already been debunked and all that, so like someone said that they are part of Hyperverse's onboarding training called Minigame Project, where they create a similar game by taking inspiration from a current best-selling game, and it's highly not likely that they'll release anything that comes out of that. I'm guessing it's like a game jam for new people to like build a game and implement ideas and stuff. Dragon Quest XII is said to be facing difficulties due to targeting an adult audience. It's coming from a Japanese news outlet. The text version of a radio interview they conducted with the creator of Dragon Quest, Yuji Horii. So it's the 37th anniversary of the Dragon Quest series. To coincide with the 35th anniversary, an HD 2D remake of Dragon Quest III has been announced. There are rumors that Dragon Quest XII Flames of Fate is about to be released. It basically goes on to say it's going to take a little while of time. They're trying to figure out how to direct the game towards an adult audience, but they're having trouble doing so. And talking about how the pandemic really took a hit on their development cycle. Basically, they're trying to they're trying to match the image of what Dragon Quest is, but also mature it up a bit. You could look at Final Fantasy 16 in this regard. The new game story is very dark, and I think is the game rated M, I believe. Rated M, so they took that to more mature, and I think they're trying to do that with Dragon Quest in a way. Um, so it seems I think they're trying to figure out who their audience is. Like, this is something I wish like Nintendo, uh, not Nintendo, but the Pokemon company would do. Like, figure out who they're like. I want a more mature Pokemon game. Like, I get Pokemon is marketing towards children, but it'd be nice to have just one every once in a great while be for people who grew up with it and want to see mature themes. AMD is Starfield's exclusive partner. So they're working together. And I guess if for the best optimization, you want to have AMD. I don't know how much it'll affect. I'm not going to speculate on that. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, you got Intel. Good luck running that. But it seems like they've partnered with AMD to get the game running all spiffy. I don't know if there's anything else to talk about now that I think is worth bringing up. Bethesda did clarify that a game disc is including with the Starfield Xbox Standard Edition, because there's lots of speculation it wasn't coming. It was just going to be a download code or whatever. PC will have a game code though, which makes sense. People are getting their hands on Mortal Kombat 1. That game looks amazing. I've always been a long-time Mortal Kombat fan. I wasn't so good at 11. 11 made me feel like I really sucked at the game. Like, stringing together combos just felt really off compared to like MKX in older games. But yeah, people are saying it's great and the cameo system is awesome. And I'm really excited to see everything with that game. Like, if the story is as good as the last game and the Aftermath DLC, the story is actually great. Like, so yeah, Mortal Kombat 1. It releases, all the fighting games are releasing pretty close together. Remedy's been going at bat, defending its digital only take on Alan Wake 2. They're saying it gives them more time to polish. I like physical games, and if I really love a game, I want a physical copy. But everything is going digital, and that's going to be one of those fights that I think is going to go on for a long time. The big update I'm waiting for, just to bring it back to Final Fantasy, there's lots of complaints about motion blur. Like, they're writing articles about it. The first thing I ever do when I launch a game when possible is I turn motion blur off. I hate motion blur. It's one of the worst things ever put into games. Like, I hate motion blur. But the motion blur is causing nausea for players. Like, a lot of people are becoming nauseated and feel like they're going to puke from the motion blur, which is weird. It doesn't have that effect on me. I just don't like the way it looks in games. So I think that's about it. That's all. That's all that I have prepared to talk about. So yeah, I guess now we're just gonna in the podcast there. Well, no, actually, let's talk about Final Fantasy 16. Let's get into it. Let's get down to the nitty gritty, if you will. I have seen this weird. So I'm seeing two arguments. I'm seeing, oh my God, this game's amazing. I've never played a game this good in my life. And then I'm seeing, oh, this game. Am I right? Oh, brother, this guy stinks. I keep. So my friend Jake and a coworker, Ed, they bring up to me. They made it sound like they're having the most boring time ever. They're like, "When does it get good?" Or "I'm not feeling it." And I'm like, "What do you mean? Like this game grabbed me from the get go." Uh, I'm gonna preface this by saying I'm a huge Metal Gear Solid fan, right? So cutscenes do not bother me, but cutscenes are killing people. I'm like, how they're building, they're doing all this world building. They're trying to tell this very meaty story. What? How are they supposed to do that? And, my friend Jake brings up stuff like, I've been spoiled by games like uh the Souls games and Zelda, like tell their story without cutscenes. And I'm like, yeah, but the story also, you could miss a big chunk of story stuff because a lot of it is like, especially in Souls games, getting any kind of background for the world. Sometimes you have to just read stuff on the lore or read item descriptions. Like, there's a lot of stuff you have to fill in between the lines. Their stories are pretty complete, but if you look at Zelda, one thing the new Zelda, see, I feel like I'm not playing the same game as people. I'm towards the end of Tears of the Kingdom now, and I kind of fell off a little bit, and I need to just go back and drive through and finish it. But Zelda has a lot of issues for me personally. I'm not gonna say the game is like terrible, but to me, Breath of the Wild was like a 7 out of 10, and Tears of the Kingdom is like a 7.5 out of 10. I don't like that it did the stereotypical "we're taking away your power" stuff. I get they have to have some kind of way for it to be. You can't just come into the game overpowered. I understand that, but it's like I spent the whole last game grinding these dumbass shrines. These stupid shrines. I hate shrines so much. I grinded all these shrines to get enough hearts to pull out the Master Sword. I wanted to get my stamina up so I could climb the big mountains. Just for this game to start off, and you get Princess Mononoke. You get the goop on your arm, crawls up your arm, and it's draining your powers, and you lose your arm, and you get a new set of powers. But oh man, guess what? You gotta grind more shrines. They say that this is the way Zelda is gonna be from now on. I don't like it. Get rid of the shrines. Give me dungeons or just something different. I don't like grinding shrines to get upgrades in Zelda. I just don't. The shrines, sometimes they're like super easy. Sometimes you're like, that's a good little puzzle. But most of the time you're like, this is stupid. Build a bridge, bam. Build a bridge, bam. Skip past all the hard stuff. Like, I don't like going out of the way of what I'm doing to keep doing shrines. And the story there is decent. I'm kind of like, about it because, it's Zelda's like, come save me. But it's like, no, I have to build stuff and have fun and then do shrines because I'm not strong enough to save you because I need to grind 1,000,000,000 shrines and I need 2 stamina wheels to pull out Master Sword. And I got 13 hearts and I'm still getting 1 hit. So I need to grind more shrines. Like, they make it more necessary to grind shrines in Tears of the Kingdom, I feel like, because you get 1 hit a lot in that game. A lot. Sorry, I went on a tangent. I'm switching it back to Final Fantasy 16. I see people say it's not a Final Fantasy game anymore. Like, what is Final Fantasy? Like, And I just see a lot of conflicting things in this game, and it's confusing to me. I get there's some stuff that's not great. Like, don't get me wrong. I love the story. I love the cinematics. I love the gameplay. The combat, I swear the combat is not just pressing square. You have to get deeper into the game and unlock more stuff, and it becomes more open, and you have freedom to express yourself with combat. Think of Devil May... I mean, the director of Devil May Cry made the combat, so it's like you make your own fun with it. But it can get very open. You can do some fun combos and just do crazy stuff. It's basically like DMC light in a way. But you have people being disingenuous making videos. I can't confirm if this guy was in the press, but I seen it on Twitter and TikTok. This guy holding a controller one-handed, eating, pressing square, dodging. They have rings in this game to make it easier. I'll show you the rings right now. So, they have rings in this game. You have so the ones you start off with is Ring of Timely Healing, Ring of Timely Strikes, Ring of Timely Evasion, Ring of Timely Focus. And when you read these, Ring of Timely Focus, your the pet just attacks with you. I use this one for a while because the pet just attacks with you, in sync with you. Ring of Timely Evasion. Clive will automatically evade attacks as long as the attack can be evaded. So you don't even have to hit the evasion button. Ring of Timely Strikes. When equipped, the complex ability combinations can be executed by simply pressing square. I wonder what he was doing in that video. He must have had evasion, Timely Strikes, and then if you have Timely Healing on it, heals you. When your health drops below a certain point, it just automatically heals you with your potions. So you can make this game a little bit easier. Like, one thing about this game is you have to beat it to unlock Final Fantasy mode, which is supposed to be the harder mode. It is a little easy so far. I'm only like 7 hours in. It is a little easy so far. I've died like twice. And I died because I was being a scrub and couldn't dodge. But there are some problems with this game. I'm not going to act like they don't exist. So far, this is my game of the year. Problems with this game? You have shitty side quests. You can tell they got people off of Yoshi P's team to make these cheap MMO side quests that mean nothing most of the time. I don't like how linear it is, but it's not. It's fine for what the game is doing, but I wish some areas were more open, like at least like Final Fantasy 15 open. Doesn't have to be open world because I'm getting tired of empty open worlds. But I hate whenever you do something, the game does this. Boom. Here's a map. Here's a map. Go here next. Like, why can I not travel in between these points? Like, I miss the openness of Final Fantasy 15. So those are my problems with the game. Now, story, cinematics, boss fights, everything is like cracked to me pretty much. Like, it's got a lot of stuff going on, and I want all the stuff. So, to me, I really enjoy Final Fantasy 16. It's strange discourse I'm seeing around this game. What I can see happening is because of this game's shortfall is a lot of people falling off super early because it's very handholdy and tutorial heavy in the beginning because it's like, hey, person who's never played a video game before, play this game. So I think the problem with this game is people are going to fall off too early. And the other thing I could see happening is, while it's my game of the year so far, if some games that come out reach their full potential and are what they say they are, this game is going to get overshadowed soon as September hits. If Starfield is what they promise and some other games are what they promise, this game will be in award season. This game will probably be in the 5 or 6 little games that get put up for game of the year, but I don't think it has a chance. Honestly, I just see Tears of the Kingdom sweeping everything because everybody unanimously everywhere is saying that's their game of the year. Like I said, not my game of the year. But when it comes to Zelda and this, I feel like I'm playing different games from everybody else. I don't understand it. Okay. So thank you for stopping by for the first episode of the Mikeymanguy Cast. I'm gonna call this one episode 0. This is kind of an experiment. I'm gonna learn how to upload this shit and get it out there. And if I have a decent response, or I get people be like, "Man, I really enjoyed this," I'll start picking around and trying to get some of my guest friends on here. I have some friends that I think could offer some interesting insights to communities, whether it be the FGC or things of that nature. Um, so if you want to follow me I'm Mikeymanguy and everything. On YouTube, I'm the Mikeymanguy, but Twitter Mikeymanguy, Kick Mikeymanguy, YouTube Mikeymanguy, Twitch Mikeymanguy, um, Mikeymanguy and everything. There's also a community called Weanoobs. So like Weeaboo, but noobs at the end. So WEEANOOBS. Look that up on Twitter. Is a gaming community that I'm kind of like the head of. We got like a 3-headed monster that's overseeing it all. We're getting more active again. But if you guys want people to play games with or just want to hang out and talk, our Discord is very nicely set up and there's a lot of changes being made to it right now. Thanks to Bagel Boy. So come in and hang out, meet, and talk with everybody. But thanks for stopping by for the podcast. And if you download it and listen, do all the things all the podcasts tell you to do, reviews and stuff like that. Maybe one day I can get sponsors and be a big fancy influencer, man. But we shall see. See you next time on the Mikeymanguy Cast. Name pending. All right. So we're off the podcast now, and we're going to be switching over to Final Fantasy 16. Saving my Audacity file. My YouTube. Oh, it's not live. My YouTube stuff was behind. I was like, why is my YouTube not showing the most updated thing? Weird. Unless YouTube is dead. No, YouTube is there. Alrighty. All right. As that one girl on Vine said, let's get into it. We're going to change this to Final Fantasy. In 1 second while I change all my stream things to say I'm playing Final Fantasy. changing all this stuff over. But I think that was a nice little podcast, I think. I think having maybe my next episode I go not solo and I get some friends on. We can have discussions on various things. I just have to have time to put together the various things. Like I said, I'm still learning. We're going to learn how to upload podcasts to the internet because I feel like an old man. I don't know how to do it. But we'll figure it out. I'm going to unsilence my capture card. All right. So I streamed this a while ago, and it went well. I had to end the stream early. My son was just being a menace. So I'm a couple more hours in than I was then. So we're just running around doing side quests is all we're doing.
That'll be enough for today.
I usually don't like streaming things like side quests, but I'm just doing them. Like I said, when I was talking about it on the podcast,
I'll have 2 plates of whatever you're
I don't like it.
Sorry. We've enough mouths of our own to feed without tending to the wants of outsiders.
Ooh.
It's not for me. It's for some new arrivals.
Oh, my apologies. I didn't see the mark. So you're a comrade. Well, in that case, you may have whatever you require. Take all
Damn,
the bread
son,
and
she
wine
coming
you want.
after me. She don't like me.
That's really all it takes. One look at the innkeeper's mark.
Of course it is. I do as Master Quinton commands, as do we all. And Master Quinton commands that none of his favoured guests be left wanting. Well, don't keep our new comrades waiting. Take what you need and see that they eat their fill.
Trying to hear the audio differences to see. I want to make sure the audio levels are good.
Bread and wine. Hopefully this will be enough.
Anyone else ever have trouble with like the Twitch app? I always try to look at it through the Twitch app, right? And it just runs terribly. I don't know if the Kick app's any better, but it might run a little more solid just so I can get a conversation so I can double check my audio levels.
Don't tell me. Turn it's the supper.
Brother, did you see? That bearer spoke to a master.
What manner of... Here. Bread and wine from the tavern.
Bread and wine, bread and wine.
May we? Truly?
You're welcome, good sir. Enjoy your bread and wine.
Such plenty. Never in all my days.
Brother, this place is like a dream. We sat and no one shouted. We ate and more was offered.
I know. I can't believe it.
You're free now. And the next time you're hungry, you need only ask to be fed.
Thank you for everything. Thank you.
Pues completo. Give me a gill bug?
What happens to us now, brother?
Nothing bad, I promise. Not ever again.
Alright. So I got another side quest over here I'm going to do. And then I'm going to go back to the one area because I had a side quest that I seen. And I also know there's chests I didn't open because the cutscenes interrupted me. Interrupted the quests I was trying to do. What the hell y'all doing?
Master Quinton will never forgive me if I don't save that crop. I want no trouble. Wait, that's... Oh, glory to Grieger. You were the hanged man. I took you for a rogue. If you're a friend of Master Quinton's, then perhaps you'll help me. His vineyard, Lostwing's pride and joy, has been beset by a plague of giant wasps.
And you need someone to solve your pest problem.
I do indeed. I've never seen them so far from the forest, nor so mean for that matter. I suppose the smell's got 'em worked up, and little wonder. This'll be the finest crop we've ever known if the fiends don't eat it first. I tried chasing them off myself, but they won't flee from the likes of me. And if I don't bring those grapes in for pressing soon, Master Quinton will have my guts for garters. You look like you can handle that blade of yours. Will you put it to use for a comrade in need? Please. Rid us of these wasps so I can be about my business.
Wasp killing it is. Let's do it.
All right. I'll see to it.
Oh, thank you. You'll find them over at Gotan's Bales on the edge of town. And hurry, Lostwing needs those grapes.
I feel like there's something secretive down here. What you got going on down here?
You'd like to see what's behind that door, wouldn't you? Well, not on my watch.
You need to unwatch because I'm trying to see some stuff. Probably got treasure in there, and I need my loot. Always trying to hide the loot from the loot man. I gotta say, they nailed it on his character design. He looks like a mix. Look like they took some inspiration from like Berserk and the Black Knight from the Final Fantasy 14 like trailers. Kind of like blended them together.
Don't tell me. Turnings for some.
One thing I forgot to mention on the podcast was another thing that's dumb about this game is the gear. So I spent the whole beginning part of this game reinforcing my gear, making it stronger, and then it just gave me shit that was stronger after I got through a certain section of the game. That's rough for me, you know what I'm saying?
That must be the vineyard. A few wasps shouldn't give me too much trouble.
I'm hit it with the flames of rebirth one time.
Stay down.
Surround me. I want them all to surround me. Let's go. Killed them all in one go. That's amazing. That should be an achievement or something. I like that. Bloody hide.
Looks like that was the last of them.
My name's Clive and I
I'd like
got a
Quentin's
bloody
man now.
hide. And one thing I'm really excited for is I don't know if you guys have seen anything about the Metal Gear Solid news because they announced Snake Eater Delta, the remake. They're releasing the called Master Collections. So I bought the Legacy Collection on PS3 as soon as I got my PS3. It's like one of the first games I got. It came with every game. So this probably came out pre Phantom Pain. So it's called the Metal Gear Solid Legacy Collection. And it comes with a digital code to download Metal Gear Solid with the VR missions. On disc, you get Metal Gear Solid 2, Solid Snake, Metal Gear. You get Metal Gear Solid 2, Solid Snake, Metal Gear Solid VR missions. So the Metal Gear Solid and the VR missions is what's downloadable. Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake are the old games back from like the 80s or whatever and 90s. I think it's 80s. Then you get Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 3, Metal Gear Solid 4. You get Peace Walker. So yeah. One thing I would like to do is I don't think I gave Peace Walker a fair chance. See a lot of people hyping it up. I think I'm gonna play Peace Walker eventually.
Don't tell me.
Maybe after I beat this and a couple other games I got going on. If I can get back to making steady content, I'd like to cut stuff to put it on TikTok. I want to get enough followers. I would like to transition to live stream on TikTok, or at least stream on TikTok at the same time, like multi-stream.
Those wasps won't be.
Oh, thank you. Master Quentin would have had my head if I'd lost the crop. I'd say.
So I downloaded this plugin where I can stream multiple places. So I got this going on Kick, and I got it going on
We use that money to keep our comrades fed.
YouTube right now.
Imperial wolves from our door. The vineyards were Master Quentin's idea. He wanted to give bearers.
Yo, give me some alcohol, boy, for free.
Where they'd be safe.
Well,
Take a barrel back to Sid, and he'll be a happy dude.
I'm glad I could help.
I'll see that he hears of your kindness. And once this vintage is ripe for drinking, there'll be a glass or two raised in your honor.
So I'm doing some articles and stuff. I wrote a ranking list for the Sonic games, just mainline, and I wrote a ranking list for Yakuza for a website. They're not published yet, but they're on their way to being published. Website's called bosslevelgamer.com. But I'm working on two things right now. One thing I'm working on is the best video game spin-offs. It's a long one. I'm probably going to do that one. I started to do it and I was like, man, I should probably just switch over and do the other one because it's kind of shorter. So I have that one. And then I also have best performances in a video game. So like best voice acting or whatever performances. And I have a solid list. I added Clive Roosevelt's voice actor from this game. Ben Starr, I think is his name. And then I added Sid's voice actor, whose name escapes me because it's not a easy American name. Or is it? I can't remember what his name is. He probably has like a basic name or some shit, and I just forgot. His last name's a little weird.
The shad's all salted and smoked.
But I put them on there because this game is one of the things that really caught me, like that got me like wow, was beginning when you're seeing a Freet fight the Phoenix. I guess it's not a spoiler since I'm past that point and it's very early on in the game. But when you see the Ifrit kind of take the final blows on the Phoenix and Clive is freaking out, that when it gave me goosebumps when he's screaming basically like no, and he's like, I'll kill you. I'll fucking kill you. Like that shit was, I was like, holy shit. Like that performance right there. Like I hope when they recorded that they knew and they were just like, yeah, dude, yeah. That was it. Like that was
too many.
That's gotta be one of the best voice acting game like lines in this whole game. Like, man, it was so good. Spine tingling. Of course, Sid's voice actor. If you see movies like The Witch by A24 and stuff like that, like, you already know that man's voice is otherworldly, like, just insane.
What's happened? It's done. I've seen your face before. You're a friend of Martha's.
Help you with what?
Bandits in the Golden Stables. They're waving their swords around. I think they're gonna kill someone. When I saw what was happening, I slipped out the back. I should have stayed, but...
Let's do it.
How many worth?
I was out of the door too fast to count. They looked a nasty bunch, though.
Don't worry, I'll go in there and I'll beat their booties into dust.
Make sure you're aiming that at the fish there, son.
Man, I don't remember. I found a chest and then it cut to a goddamn cutscene right as I was about to open the chest. And I don't remember where that chest was. And I don't know if it's even here anymore. Maybe I'll find it by running around eventually. I don't want to keep running around looking for it. Unless it's on my map. Does it show chests you find? Near it there.
Ha! Golden Stables my ass. All Martha's hiding back here is coppers.
Someone say coppers?
Oh, that's a fine sort.
License and
friend.
registration, please.
Heavy though, I expect. What say we relieve you of it? Get him, lads. I want that plate.
Let's get this over with. Don't let them get away. Get him. Get them all you've got, boy. Sick of Toggle. Get him, boy. Don't let them get away. That's enough. Stay down. Keep your distance, boys. It's over.
They couldn't do anything. That's awesome. I've never done that before, so I think I found out like the most broken thing just now.
I'll be
Using
keeping my
Torgal.
blade, thank you.
There he is, the hero of the Golden Stables.
People will think twice about pushing us around again, thanks to you. We're lucky you were nearby. No good cowards wouldn't have dared set foot in the place if I'd been here, of course.
But you weren't. I thought you told me you had someone watching the place.
The Blood Axes keep an eye on the tavern, yeah. When they're not busy keeping the peace, that is. I've spread them as thin as they'll go. The Empire might be in charge, but that don't mean they care to keep us safe. If it weren't for the Blood Axes and me, merchants won't come near these lands for fear of what might happen to them.
I see. Then you do Rosaria a great service.
Just as you did today. You're a useful man to have around. Here.
I must be thinking of a different part. For some reason, I thought she died.
And there'll be a mug of something tasty
I
waiting
think it
for
was
you
someone
whenever
at
you
one of
next
the
stop
other
by.
areas died
Right.
that had a
We've
similar
got work
role.
to do for to make this place presentable.
I haven't
Let's
played
be
this
going
for like a day
before
or
I
two,
arm you
so
with
I,
a mop.
I can't remember what the fuck happened. But I was lit when she came in. I was like, "You're dead. Why are you alive?" Not her. I'm just a dummy. Sorry.
There he is, the man of the hour. You're the one who saw off the bandits, aren't you? Takes a brave man to march into danger out of the goodness of his heart. You have my respect.
A Rosarian salute.
Oh, what is it they say? Old habits die hard. I trust you won't be reporting me to the Viceroy. If we'd had a few more like you about, perhaps the Rosfields might still... Listen to me rambling on.
I am a
Thank you
Rossfield.
again, and
It's me. I'm one of them.
take care of yourself.
'Tis I, the forgotten son of the Rossfields. Alright, so we did the side quest. I think I'm all caught up on the side quest now. So... let's not hit the wrong button. So I probably got like another half hour, 30. Maybe 30 minutes. Just a half hour. Why did I say that? Half hour to an hour left of gaming. But I'm probably gonna go to bed.
But how did the grocer know his
Yo.
daughter had been stealing up to the...
D, what's up? Not much, man. I finally said fuck it. I kept talking about starting a podcast and never doing it, so I kind of recorded a episode 0, if you will, of a short form podcast. Ended up being about 45 minutes, 50 minutes, I think. It's talking about gaming news and opinions on this game. And I kind of pooped on Zelda Tears of the Kingdom just a little bit. I like Tears of the Kingdom, but it carried over a lot of the problems I had with Breath of the Wild.
Give them all you've got, boy. It's over. We're finished.
It's really fun. It's kind of, you can create your own fun with it, which is awesome. But man, if they don't get rid of shrines, like the fact that you lose all of your power and you like lose all your power and you gotta grind shrines to get it back. I hate shrines. I don't like grinding them, and you know they're very committed to. They're like, this is how. Ooh, dragon. They said this is how these games are now. I'm like, please no. I'm like, oh fuck! I can't believe you've done this.
Get him. Keep your distance, boy. Sick him, Torgal. Get him, boy.
That's cheap. He's doing good.
Sick him, Torgal. Don't let them get away.
I have my issues with Tears of the Kingdom. I try not to. I don't know, when people say like Breath of the Wild, it's like one of the best games ever. Yeah. Yeah, but it's worth it though. Hamburger Helper is really good. That's one of those cheap meals that I could eat a lot. Like that's like the best like poor people meal. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I feel like I need to disagree with them. That's the other thing. Like, why do I feel like I need to disagree with people who say it's like one of the best games ever? I think it's because most of the time they shit on games I like. Maybe that's what it is. And I'm just being petty.
Get him, boy. Get him.
Give them all you've got, boy.
There's a good boy. Get him, boy.
My other problem is because it downgrades you. I've got one hit killed more times in Tears of the Kingdom than any game I played. Like, I complained about Resident Evil 3 Remake having stupid one hit kills. But my god. Like, 3/4 of Tears of the Kingdom is me getting one hit killed. And I have like 13 hearts. You know what I mean? You'll have like 10 hearts and they're like, boom, and you're either almost dead or die. It's like, but these are regular guys who've been fighting the whole game. Why all of a sudden are they almost killing me? Yeah, that's what I mean. When I got to the second boss would one-shot me. So I did Air Temple first, or Wind Temple, whatever. Then I did Water Temple. And the Water Temple boss gave me issues, because if I got hit one time, I would die instantly. And I was like, I'm not grinding shrines, I'm going to do this. I beat it after like 10 tries or something, but man, kind of sucked. Okay, so my complaint about this game not being open enough is kind of falling away. I'm noticing this area is pretty big. This is a big little hub area. I'm actually kind of shocked.
There. Northreach.
Because the game's so linear. Like, man, this is a big area. Okay. Yeah, the problems the other, like Breath of the Wild had carried over into Tears of the Kingdom, and the thing I hate about it is I'll be having fun and then I'll hit a part where I'm not, and then I'm like, do I like this game? Like, I don't like thinking. If I have to keep thinking, do I like this game, or man, I need to just finish this. It's usually like, I don't like it that much. I need to do it. I need to update my stream elements. It's all fucked up. It's old as hell. The thing. So ignore that.
Soldiers used to speak of a brothel, but that was north of the checkpoint.
I had it going a lot 'cause I was trying to help. Back when I had viewers, I was trying to help my friend Stacy get her fighting game tournament going. Of course, when you fall off for streaming for a long time, like almost everybody did when they had to return to work. You know.
It all smells so delightful.
Fish.
Come back to emptier housing. Which is fine. I don't do this for views and I don't care about that stuff. I just stream to have fun. But it was cool to be popping for a little bit.
Are you gonna buy something or not?
And what can I do for you? I'll be here if you need me.
Once I have my son, I kind of just... I get my happiness from seeing my friends do well. I can't get on Twitch a lot.
Your hands to yourself. No one will buy anything that's been sold.
I can't game as hardly...
Begone! The gate's for citizens, not
Like-
serfs.
Man, my gaming time after having a kid got cut into like a 16th of the time. I literally used to come home from work, sit down, and just play video games. And I kind of miss it, but I love my son a lot, and he's very fun. You never an hour each way.
Keep your hands to yourself. No one will buy anything that's been soured by a branded's touch.
Well, how about a plum for the apple of your eye? Welcome, good...
Each one is handcrafted from the...
Oh, I didn't think she'd have a quest icon over there. Yeah, being a dad's fun.
A moment, my lady.
A moment? I doubt you could afford even that much of my time.
And to be honest, if I had to choose between playing video games and spending time with my son, I would definitely pick spending time with my son.
No.
Because here's the
fine.
thing.
Upon reflection, you don't have the
You can't get
sense
time back with
of
them.
branded
And when they get older, you'll have plenty of time to play
the
video games. Like,
flowers. Otto always did
when he gets
know
old
how
enough to
things
occupy himself, I'll be able to
more
play a
than
lot more
sit
video
every
games,
day.
and that's fine.
Do you think you
I'll be able to
could
create a lot
please
more content, but
Clive?
for now, I'm just going to get hits in when I can. I'm going to start producing more content for TikTok based around retro games
Let us
mostly.
leave such impersonal titles to my less preferred.
Why are you being sexy at me, lady? Back off.
You can call me Isabel.
Back off.
Otto assured me I could trust you.
The wee wee
can
store is
trust you.
closed.
Can't I?
You'll never touch my efreet.
You can trust me, yes, but why would you?
Help you?
He said, 1 margarita, I'ma open my legs. 2 margaritas, I'm
Long
gonna give it
ago,
some head.
Sid did
3
me a kindness
margaritas, I'm gonna
when
put it
no
in
one
my
else
pussy.
would.
5 margaritas, I'm
I
gonna
have
put it in
never
my
forgotten
pussy.
that. Without
It's one of the
it,
funniest things I've heard on TikTok. I
I would
don't know.
not be where I am
Yeah.
today.
My brain is like melted.
And so, I make it a point to do the same whenever possible.
That fucking song gets
Which
me though.
brings us here.
Man, I was thinking about re-downloading
Final
Pokemon Unite because I haven't played it in a long time and I kind of
you
fell off.
And whatever it is you seek in the
And-
holy capital. I fear the guards are
I'm afraid it's gonna be overwhelming when I come back.
Bearer pass unmolested.
Like my Wigglytuff was almost unbeatable when I was playing, but I don't know if what's changed.
Unless, of course, his master deigned to appear.
I stopped playing because my wife started playing Animal Crossing because her mom got Animal Crossing. Hey, back up, bitch! Don't touch me, bitch!
I shall expect a favor.
I got a
in
lay
return.
pipe. She's
Wait,
I gotta lay
What?
pipe for a favor. Is that what she wants? Ooh, I like playing Defenders too. I don't know what it is. When I started playing Wigglytuff, I was like fucking unbeatable. Like I was able to get really good at hitting the wall bounces on my rollout and just fucking wrecking people that I should not be wrecking. Like my double slap and my rollout really just murked people.
What the hell are you
I
doing?
hardly ever lost when I played Wigglytuff.
We cannot have people thinking I tolerate disobedience.
I didn't play rank, of course. I usually just played
The
whatever.
man who gave me
But
this, and no more my masters than you are. But it's not as if I can hide it.
From the moment you acquired it, that brand
yeah,
has
but
done naught.
my mother-in-law got Animal Crossing for Christmas or something like that. So my wife has been just playing
What you want,
Animal Crossing again.
just play along.
So before she started playing with her mom, she had hundreds of hours in Animal Crossing, like 400 or 500. And she fell off it for a long time. But
of course,
now she's
we
playing with
must
her
make
mom
ready
again,
to
and they
welcome
play
you,
like
my
every
dear.
night together.
And who might this be?
Why,
So
my
what's
dear
gonna happen
Escort,
is I'm gonna have to
the
buy another
streets aren't
Switch,
safe for a girl, what with all
and
the
then what I'd
riots
like to
about.
do, yeah, it is
I'm
really
working
cool.
too hard.
Well, that rather depends on you now, doesn't it?
My mother-in-law
I'll see
loves
you all
video
at
games,
sunset.
but she's neglecting all video games because all she does is play Animal Crossing every night.
Boy, hold up.
We've been trying to get her to play cool stuff, but she's stuck on Animal Crossing.
Another fucking branded. Well, you're lucky you're with the dame. Now get out of my sight, filth.
And y'all keep treating me like second-class citizens. That's why I clap your cheeks every time you pop up. I would never stop clapping your cheeks, ever. Even if there's a fire.
That wasn't so bad.
Wasn't so bad. They might have recognized me.
But they didn't. And even if they had, they wouldn't have done anything about it. The gentlemen of the garrison are some of my
But I
best
borrowed my brother-in-law's
customers.
Switch to play
We
Tears of
have,
the Kingdom because he's like, I haven't touched my Switch in like a year and a half.
as do you and
But
I.
Faith and
Now,
Kato's
if you
remaster comes
can
out in
follow me,
September, and I gotta
we
get
can
back to him,
speak
so I gotta
more
hurry
of
up
the
and beat
veil.
Tears of the Kingdom. I got one more.
Doesn't
I don't know
seem
how
like
much I
much
have
of a
left in
choice.
Tears of the Kingdom, but I only have one more. Or wait, did I do them all? I think I have one more main dungeon to do, and I'll be done. But I'm trying to clean up stuff so I can
Well then, I suppose you'll need a little something to remember me by.
play other games. Yeah.
Need to get my coin purse.
I'm okay with that. I don't want it to be open world anymore. Like, I'm tired of empty open world games. Like, man, just make it a bunch of smaller, like big hub areas, like the older ones.
And if anyone
I'm getting
requests
tired of
my
every
help,
game going open world
shoot
just because it
me
can.
cruel.
Like, man,
Madame, you look stunning.
As do you, my dear.
I'm just sitting there like, oh, brother, this trope stinks. Please don't be
Quiet,
sexy
my
at me.
darling. Welcome.
You're being too sexy at me. It's making me feel uncomfortable. Like, stop moaning while you're talking to me. It's scaring me.
Thank you for seeing me through the gates, my lady. I am in your debt.
Well,
I'm also
that's the
really
whole
behind on
point,
anime.
wasn't
I
it?
need to catch up on
When I
all my
told you,
anime. Like,
it's
god
Isabel.
damn. Like, they're
Whatever
announcing new
world
seasons for shit I didn't even watch the last season of.
It's certainly not Sid's influence.
I'm trying to get there. I'm getting there. I'm
You,
catching up on stuff.
Mentioned a favor. What is it you
Got my CPAP machine so I can actually have restful sleep and stay up all day instead of coming home
If
and
you
falling
meet Sid
asleep
and the
after
girl,
work.
You needn't worry. They have yet to reach the checkpoint. Yes. Otto
I have
asked
5
me
days
to help
off. I'm
them
going to try to
as
create a
well.
bunch of
But to answer your
cut up
question,
TikTok content
I need you to
Now,
find
my
someone for me.
goal is going to be to post
One
a
of my
video every
girls.
day.
Tatienne has been gone for several days now, having left no word of explanation. And I've begun to fear the worst.
I feel as if I've
I'm
spent
going
my
to try
whole
to
life
do
searching for
something.
people.
I want to hit
My
1,000
doubts are having
followers
a
so I can
unit.
live stream on TikTok.
I trust you'll do your best. Oh, and take this.
I got to figure out what videos I want to do exactly.
Proof of that trust. And hopefully enough to keep prying eyes from looking too closely at that handsome face of yours. Now, I have matters to attend to at the Iron Flagon.
I have an
If you
SSD, I
find
think, getting here
anything,
tomorrow, I
ask for me
believe.
there.
And I can't wait for that. My computer still only has regular hard drives.
I should probably start here.
A lot of games are moving away from it. I know, dude. She's killing me with this. Like, oh. Like, please don't.
You wear the dame's brooch. She must trust you.
Enough to help me look for one of your colleagues. A woman by the name of Tatienne.
Tatienne.
Still missing then? Oh, if only I'd comforted her.
You saw her before she disappeared.
The day before, she was in tears. She'd lost her comb, a gift from the dame. It wasn't anything fancy, but you could tell it meant the world to her.
Wait, this
See,
lady
Tatienne
went
was
crazy and
innocent.
ran off because
She
she
looked upon
lost
the
her
dame as a
comb?
mother, as do we all.
So she was upset.
Couldn't be me,
Wind
dog.
on my shoulder.
I ain't that weak-minded, you know what I'm saying? I'm
Someone else
tough.
did. Tatienne shared a room.
I'd lose my
My
comb
chambermaid may
and I
have
wouldn't
seen
even
something.
bat an
She's
eye.
over there, sitting by the pond.
Even if it meant the world to me, I wouldn't even bat an eye. I'd keep on trucking.
Let's see what her chambermaid can tell us then.
That's that alpha male of me. No, I'm just kidding. I keep on to make jokes about alpha males, but
You there? I cannot help. Might I trouble you for some assistance?
And who exactly?
Oh, forgive me. I have. And who better than someone in the employ of the Vale's proprietress? Would you be willing to help a fellow in his
guess you
hour
couldn't
of need?
brush it off. Zing.
Not?
Marv, the task is simple. There are 3 in total. A grocer and a...
Nothing, Dane.
Why, of course not. Merely trifles, which...
But my other thing I
the
want to do
checkpoint
those, I
are
need to
keen
play
get their hands
Cyberpunk.
on. And though I cannot prevent you from peeking, I advise that you
But I don't have a way to play it mobile because
advise.
I don't own it on Steam. I should have bought it on Steam. I bought it on GOG, so it was DRM free. And GOG is like really deep with CD Projekt, and they got more profits, and I was trying to be cool. Yeah, to be honest, even when it launched, I didn't think it was too bad. The problem is they overpromised and they lied. They straight up lied about what the game.
I'm just passing through.
Like they lied about everything.
Believe it. The bastard's wearing the moon and stars. That'll be why he's strutting about like it. The Dane laughed when we offered her our protection. You reckon this... I dare... How about it, Branded?
I'd rather not.
Oh, no doubt. Only chivalrous souls that...
Fine.
Oh, and just so you know... Take a moment to get ready if you need it. Wouldn't want you whining about an unfair fight.
So I won't be whining about a fair fight. I turn into a freak, dog. Like, what do you mean?
No.
If that's what you want.
I get to have my dog. The only thing that Clive is missing, which he might get
and when
later.
You go cry to your mistress. Tell her it was Leon who gave you the pounding.
Pounding. Well, I'm about to pound that pussy, boy. What's up?
All the dirty tricks you want.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Pussy pound. Pussy pound. Come back. Come back. Come back.
All right. So you no one end
Come back.
from there. Enough. I yield.
I'd like to see that from like a bystander's point of view. Like you just see a dude kicking a dude's ass and then he just using crazy ass magic on him.
So it's a real challenge he wants, is it? Fine. Sword up, bearer. Let's have some fun, shall we?
Sword up, bearer. Okay.
How the bearer win the day's favour anyway? I know when to hold my tongue for a start. You got potential. I'll give you that. I'll be damned.
I wish you could have emotes. I want to hit the gritty on these guys. They deserve the utmost disrespect.
Can I go now?
Gregor's gash. The bastard didn't even break a sweat. The dame's man or no, he's still a branded. Best hope the sergeant never hears about this. Yeah, not after the bullocking he gave us for missing drills. Might be the old sod had a point.
I'll leave you to it.
Yeah, good bloody riddance. At least we know the dame's in safe hands, I suppose. Do us a favour. If you have to tell the dame about this, tell her we got a good few hits in, eh?
Dame Chappelle. Like, did you fight Leon and other dude? I'm like, yeah, fucking stomp their ass. Them bitches couldn't even move. I was snatching them up and fucking their asses up.
Heard the bones fell favourably. To the Vale, then.
I don't know how a bearer came by the moon and stars.
For a second, I thought he wasn't going to talk. I was like,
Can I trust you to be discreet?
Oh, I'll be discreet. What's up?
About this. About what I wish to ask of you. About the fact that I, a humble creature, assist the Dame of the Vale in her endeavors.
Oh, no. The combat, I don't know if you know anything. I might tell you stuff you already know. Not calling you stupid right now. I'm just going to state things. But the combat was made by the director of Devil May Cry 5. And he called it his masterpiece. Like, I guess by the time you unlock everything and get all the abilities, like the combo videos I've seen on TikTok, it's straight up DMC light.
A simple act of cruelty.
So like the more you unlock in your tree, the crazier it gets. Like I've seen people do like endless loops on regular enemies because they actually have an area where you can practice on this game, and you can replay missions and stuff through it also. And I guess they have unique challenges if you go back and do the missions, but I haven't done that yet. I'm not worried about that. I just want to play. The story's been so good.
Fine. What do you need me to do?
Oh, thank you.
Like, I have gripes with this game, but a sequel could definitely improve upon this. Like, the sequel will probably have nothing to do with this, but if they can keep the action style combat, get meaningful side quests, and have bigger hub areas you can run around in, not open world, just bigger hub areas that are pretty big and have a lot to do in them, that'd be cool.
It's no wonder so many die before their time.
Tragic, true, but do not let anger make you careless. People will view this act of mercy as an undermining of the Empire's authority.
Maybe after I beat this one, I'll beat 15. I never beat 15.
For the sake of those we feed.
When I found out the story wasn't finished, I was like,
in the ear of one of the dame's girls would be
they said the DLC does a good job of putting a nice bow on everything.
I'm afraid not.
And they expanded some stuff in the story, so I'll probably play it. I think I was on episode Gladios.
Crystal's curse is bad enough. We can't let people starve as
But
well.
I'm deciding if I want to continue where I left off or restart it on PC because I have the Windows edition.
Are you waiting for it to heal on its own?
And it works on Steam Deck, so I might honestly download it on Steam Deck, and it might be my mobile game to play when I'm
Now's not the time.
out and about or just sitting downstairs and my son's occupied.
Get on with it! You want to bleed to death?
I see if it plays well. If not, I'll just remote play from my PlayStation to my tablet. 'Cause it's ridiculously how good that remote play is. Like,
Not half as much as I need.
I think that's kind of like a hidden gem. Like, so I have my PlayStation directly wired in, my internet connection, and then I got my tablet obviously wirelessly on the same internet connection
I'd be dead without him.
downstairs.
Me and many others.
Because it's the modem's by the couch pretty much, and downstairs, and I remote play, and there's no lag, like none that you can really feel. Like, it doesn't feel laggy, and then like the graphics look real clean and stuff. Like, it doesn't really have like that real bad pixelation effect that streaming sometimes has. Like, and honestly, I probably would have not played hardly any of this game if I did not have remote play.
That's the day done then.
'Cause it's literally, my son's occupied like with his Nana or whatever. I'll pull out my tablet, turn on my PlayStation, connect it up, remote play. Oh man, my son needs something to eat. Okay, pause game, get up, give him something to eat, spend some time with him, come back, remote play.
I have a delivery
Like,
from
being able to
Etienne.
jump in and out is like very important for me
Fresh from
now.
the mast.
Like, I wish I had the money to get one of those Rogue Allies. I really want to try them, the ROG Allies,
Say so.
made by Asus. They're $700, but their power is comparable to a
But this here'll make a
mid to
mess,
high
so
tier gaming PC, they said. And
at least.
the only problem is I wouldn't want to get one right away because there's some issues
You wait right here.
that really need ironed out. Like, the issues are software related, and they're very bad issues.
Here. You can tell Etienne I'm a man of my word.
It's a handheld Windows
Perfume.
gaming thing. So it's like a Steam Deck, but it just runs Windows.
Just as promised.
So you can get any launcher you want on it. So if you want Game Pass on there, you can get it. If you want Blizzard on there to play Diablo, you can get it, like, without having to do third-party stuff like you do on Steam Deck.
Well, I do know somewhere fine.
This is lighter than usual. Branded, if I discover you have played me false,
I can always take it back.
you will do no such thing. Your master should cut out your insolent tongue. Had you been the tool of any other man, I would see you clapped in chains. Payment. Take it and get out of my sight.
What an arsehole.
Cigars.
Those cigars are worth more than your life. Do be careful.
Thanks, fucking herbalist, you fucking asshole. Goddamn son of a bitch.
It's not getting any fresher.
Piece of shit.
You there! Fancy a drop of the Empire? Come, treat yourself.
Fresh fish, all from the Sea of Grace. This
I warn you now.
Starting to get
I don't
tired,
sell
so
to your kind, whether you have the coin or
I
not.
think
Where's your master anyway?
I'm gonna pull the plug. Every time I say this, I get raided by a friend. I hope I don't get raided right now, because
Business must be booming.
I'm gonna pull the plug because I'm getting so tired. I would get a little hype from the raid, but after like 30 minutes after the raid was over with, I'd start falling asleep playing this.
This is for Etienne.
All this for a drink.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by, buddy.
Drink? The very best, specially distilled from
I'm gonna try to at least stream a couple days a week
The
now.
guards find that. They'll see
No
something
set times,
different.
just get on here and play.
Well hidden. All right.
Like If my son's in bed and I can play, I'm not doing something with family, I'm gonna try to stream.
Of course.
Even if it's only for a couple hours a
Few
night.
Cigars and spirits.
Like, it's something I really want to get back to.
Those expensive tastes. The question is, how can they afford to maintain them? I suppose there's only one way to find out.
That's the day done then. Drinks and the veil.
How about the veil, then drinks?
I was like, hey, that's inside. I'm gonna open the door. Yeah. Yep.
I have something for you.
From the Chamberlain. Thank you. You need to leave. Now. Please.
Branded! Who told you to arrest? Stoke those damn flames! And you! If you've got a message for me, out with it. If not, return to your post.
Let him have it. Tell him you're a free man. What? He just let her treat her like garbage? Okay. Way to go, big hero Clive.
Enough! Curse you! Get away from me! You'll work faster next time if you know what's good for you!
I hope I can catch one of your streams. Yeah. I don't know what time you stream now, but
you need it.
During the day it's gonna be hard for me to do. But if I have time off and you're on, I'd like to catch you live.
The Chamberlain must have sent you.
I'm trying to get back into hopping on Twitch and stopping by and saying hello to people and shit.
But I won't. And what of your own hurts?
Not to be like, I want to support you, so you support me. It's just so I can.
That's what my hunger.
I like supporting people. It doesn't have to be reciprocated. I'm not one of those people. Like, if I stop by your stream and talk to you, I fuck with you. Like, you know what I mean?
Empire does its bearers. Anyway,
I haven't been doing that lately. Like, oh, I don't even have time to play video games and stream myself, let alone stop into someone's stream. But it's starting to get there. I'm starting to get some more time.
Delightful. The dame will be pleased. You don't say. And would she be pleased to learn what you had to exchange for those items?
You mean the crystals? No need to be coy, my boy.
Why not just tell me in the first place?
An honest man wears
Let's beat this man to the ground.
About his ankles.
He said, don't be coy, my boy. He deserves
stumbling under the gaze of the guards.
Me hoy, me noy.
After all, we both know the punishment for dealing in unsanctioned crystals, even such morsels as I provide. And if you don't know what this day's work may have cost you, then, well, I dare say you'll sleep all the better for it. Despite the risk, our friends beyond the wall gladly give their finest and most treasured wares for the paltry crumbs I trade in.
I didn't realize crystals were so scarce here.
As scarce as chocobo teeth, hence the thriving market for even the scantest fragments. Do you think it vulgar that I profit from the hardship of others?
Yes.
I think you're doing what you believe is necessary.
Yeah, indeed.
What you believe is dog water.
Would agree. A reward for a job well done. I have the goods I was commissioned to gather, and the guard. I thank you, as will our mutual friend when she hears.
Shut up. Fart in your general direction, sir. Have fun on you, buddy. Hey, buddy. Alright, let's see how.
I haven't seen you around the Vale of late.
right. Are you here for business or pleasure?
Business.
Whoa.
Though not my own. The Chamberlain put me to work delivering food.
So you want to suck on these
So he
titties?
found someone to help him
5
then.
gold coins.
Just as well. I hear
I
his
need
friends
800
back at
gil,
court have
yeah?
been taking a little too much interest in him of
I'll
late.
fit you into my
So
schedule.
he really is a Chamberlain.
There was a time when he was the Vale's most illustrious customer. Us girls thought of him as a generous uncle. He was one of the only people round here who seemed bothered by the way the Empire treats its bearers.
Rare for one in his position.
A fact not wasted on the dame. A little nudge from her is all it took, and he became the patron saint of Northreach's starving masses. My sisters and I may have lost an uncle.
Hurry up, lady.
but
I'm
bearers have been
fading
incensed
fast.
for change, so we don't grumble.
I'll fall asleep on stream. I need to put a camera on, fall asleep on stream, and go
Gives
viral.
you faith, though, doesn't it? To know there are people out there like him.
I'll never forget when I started seeing streamers do that back when Justin TV turned over to become Twitch. You'd see people like 72-hour stream, 48-hour stream, and they'd fall asleep on stream. And they would get a shit ton of viewers because they fell asleep on stream and it went viral. People be stopping in while they're passed out. Like, shit was funny.
So you're the new escort the girls have been talking about. And you've already been sent off on an errand, eh? Poor boy. You'll be knackered before the real work begins later on tonight.
Knackered.
I'm told you share a bedchamber with Tatienne. Did she say anything to you before?
Before she went missing. Only that she needed to meet with someone. She didn't mention a name, but I know exactly who she meant.
You do?
Lad from the garrison. Annoying little shit. God damn.
Tell us how you really
Anyone
feel.
else who tried to buy her time. Followed her around like a lost puppy. Tatienne was flattered at first, but it didn't take long for her to get scared. She thought about saying something, but the dame was so proud of her for how much she was bringing in, and she didn't want to let her down.
This man from the garrison. Did you ever see him?
Of course I did. He tried to sneak into our room enough times. Slimy sod's got a scar over one eye. Claims he got it in battle.
You've been very helpful.
Don't let him get away with this. Find him, and you'll find her.
A man from the garrison. Seems a trip to the barracks is in order.
We've all had our share of dodgy punters.
Yeah, I'm gonna save after this, and then we'll carry on tomorrow, whether it's on stream or off. I don't plan on like full streaming this game because I didn't stream the whole beginning of it anyways. So we're just gonna do what we're gonna do. I might even end up streaming a whole nother game next time I'm on here.
That's the day done then.
But we'll see. I'm gonna save right in front of this guy.
Heard the bones fell favourably.
I want to thank everyone who stopped by tonight during this whole process. I'm going to try to figure out, probably do it tomorrow or the next day, try to figure out how to get that podcast. I got to mix the podcast audio, like do little tweaks to it, and then I'm going to post it on like podcast app and see what happens. I know I got to push it because I'm in like a no-name thing, but it'd be fun. Thank you guys for stopping by.